Welcome students. At the end of this module, you will be able to understand the basic history of the Scout and Guide movement. Understand how guiding spread to various countries around the world. So, let's get started. Students, now we will see the birth of Scouting. Scouting's history commences with a British Army officer, Robert Stephenson Smith Baden-Powell. It is not merely one act or initiative of Baden-Powell that led to formation of Scouting, but a number of events prevailing conditions in England at that point of time and influences which attracted the attention of Baden-Powell to draw up a plan to be of service to society, particularly the young boys. We shall explore them one by one. These influences are not presented in a sequential order. While stationed in Lucknow, India, as an army officer in 1876, Baden-Powell found that his men did not know basic first aid or outdoor survival skills. They were not able to follow a trail, tell directions, read danger signs, or find food and water. Hoping to teach his men resourcefulness, adaptability, and the leadership qualities demanded by frontier conditions, in 1896, Baden-Powell began to write a small military handbook titled Aids to Scouting. During South African Boer War, in small town of Mafeking, Rhodesia, the boys of Mafeking from 9 years up were organized into the Mafeking Cadet Corps, which was eventually recognized as an official part of the Mafeking defenses. They took over all manner of duties such as message carrying, orderly work in the field of kitchen, anything that could free a trained man for combat duties. Baden-Powell had noticed how useful these boys were and how they responded to responsibilities being put on them. The courage and resourcefulness shown by the boys in the corps of messengers at Mafeking made a lasting impression on him. On 30th April 1904, Baden-Powell inspected the annual drill inspection and review of the boys' brigades on the occasion of organizations coming of age. The drill inspection and review was an impressive affair, with 7,000 youngsters performing before 11,000 ticket holders onlookers. As the boys marched off the field, Baden-Powell turned to congratulate the boys' brigade founder William Alexander Smith. He also added that the brigade, to his way of thinking, should have many more members than it had and would have 10 times the number, with more variety and attraction in training. Without a moment's hesitation, Smith agreed and instantly challenged Baden-Powell to develop a program that would provide that added variety and attraction. He specially suggested that it might be done through a boys' version of Baden-Powell's small book Aids to Scouting. In year 1906, some reports were published after exhaustive study revealed the shocking facts. According to one report, 30% of London's population suffer malnutrition. Another showed that of more than 2 million schoolboys, only about 250,000 were under any kind of good influence after school hours. Poverty, squalor, overcrowding, marginalization, exploitation, crime, etc. were prevalent in the poor areas of London. Such harsh realities prompted Baden-Powell to offer something concrete to such dehumanizing situation, and particularly to the young boys of the country. Baden-Powell believed that it was necessary to develop character to tackle such problem. He therefore proposed a twin plan, a purpose to improve society by improving the individuals of which it is composed, and a method intended to draw out rather than impress upon. Baden-Powell was determined to give his Boy Scouts scheme a thorough test before he developed the final details. Since one of its main characteristics was to be adventuring outdoors, the only way of doing this testing was by camping with a group of boys. This is in itself was a revolutionary idea at the time. Hitherto, camping had been reserved almost specially for the military at home and abroad, and for explorers and sportsmen overseas. Now, for the first time, it would be made generally available for British boys on their home ground. The result crystallized in the form of an experimental camp in Brownsea Island in Poole Harbour, Dorset, England, in August 1907, organized by Baden-Powell. He wanted to see how far his scheme would interest boys of different upbringing and education, and therefore recruited his 20 campers from various walks of English life. Some were from large public schools, others from slum shops and or farms. To the boys, the Brownsea camp became a thrilling adventure. They were having fun and excitement. They were organized into patrols. They played games, took hikes, cooked without utensils, learned stalking and pioneering skills. In the evening, around the magic of a campfire, they were spellbound by Baden-Powell's stories of his army adventures. Scouting had begun in earnest and was destined to spread around the world. Baden-Powell himself considered the camp a success. Within a few days of his return, Baden-Powell began to receive letters from the boys and their parents. The boys expressed themselves enthusiastically about the marvelous time they had experienced. The reactions of the parents were of the greatest importance to Baden-Powell. They had trusted their boys to his care for an experiment. The parents felt that their boys had not only picked up useful knowledge but had become more resourceful and more independent. The conduct of the first experimental camp by Baden-Powell at Brownsea Island in 1907 is considered to be the birth of Scouting. Growth of the movement. Scouting spread throughout England and began spreading to other countries. The first recognized overseas unit was chartered in Gibraltar in 1908, followed quickly by a unit in Malta. Canada became the first overseas dominion with a sanctioned Boy Scout program, followed by Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Chile was the first country outside the British dominions to have a recognized scouting program. Scouting came to India in the year 1909. By 1910, Argentina, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Malaya, Mexico and Netherlands, Norway, Russia, Sweden and the United States had Boy Scouts. By 1909, the movement had taken firm root. Scouting for boys had been translated into 5 languages. Now let us see birth of guiding. 1909 is the memorable year in the history of scouting to have the first gathering of scouts at Crystal Palace, London. Over 11,000 scouts in uniform who attended the rally proved their willingness to play the game of scouting. Along with these 11,000 scouts, there were a handful of girls who too wanted to join the game. It was a surprise for Baden-Powell to see girls at the rally, wearing uniform like boys scouts. When he asked them, "Who are you?" they replied, "We are Girl Scouts." They said they too wanted very much to be in the game like their brothers. He tried to persuade the girls to give up the idea, but he found enthusiasm in those young girls and determination to follow their brothers. So he separated the girls section of the movement into a new section and put his sister Agnes Baden-Powell in charge to look after it, calling the branch as Girl Guides. Thus was born the movement for girls. The idea that there should be a world association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts was first mooted at a conference in Hungary in 1928. In 1930, Olive was chosen as chief guide of the world. The idea that there should be a world association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts was first mooted at a conference in Hungary in 1928. In 1930, Olive was chosen as chief guide of the world. Guiding celebrated its 100 years in 2010. Today, there are more than 10 million girls around the world involved in the movement. So, this was the journey of Scout Guide movement. So students, we have completed this module and we learned the birth of Scouts movement and seen how scouting spread across the various countries and the birth of Girls Guide movement.